Welcome back. That's Textbook Sports Squad. YouTube, I appreciate those of y'all tuning in. Means a lot to me. Y'all mean a lot to me. Today we've got another All 22 film breakdown. Again, doing some breakdowns on prospects that we didn't get to be or were able to during the draft process. Now we're looking at post-draft some prospects that I love and breaking down. This is New England Patriots newly drafted wide receiver Kyle Williams, who I think is going to be a tremendous fit for the team and just take their passing game with Drake Maye, who's a young, promising quarterback, to the next level. So let's start out with this first clip. And really, just what a better clip to start out with in this film breakdown. He's going up against Travis Hunter, who needs no introduction. Travis Hunter, very, very, very talented player and prospect. What I love about this is the route because he wins, but I love the footwork at the line of scrimmage. So you'll see it'll be his right foot, where I want you to pay attention to his right foot. So we go, left foot is on the ground. He's in the footwork, as I said, is just tremendous in it. It's hesitation release, but you'll watch as this right foot gets forward, this left foot will never touch the ground. So now both his feet are even, right? As we see. Now that right foot, which was his front foot, goes back, and that just is going to have you get a lot of more push and propel you forward to win on this release. And I love how he presses up, he uses that hesitation release, he stays square. None of his hips or shoulders are pointing or veering in any direction. And he presses on the cornerback's toes, which gets him off balance. And then watch the explosion out of this and how he's able to beat Hunter. Beats him immediately. He stacks and he gets six. Most definitely his best attribute are his releases at the line of scrimmage. You combine that with his route running, then just his overall speed, it makes him a pretty special wide receiver. And watch him right here to the bottom of the screen. This is just his footwork on the releases, very, very polished, and then his releases just in general are very polished. So watch the footwork here. It's an easy 1-2. I mean, stay square, completely manipulates the defensive back, and then just his push and how he's able to propel himself forward from his breaks and from his releases are just excellent. And then again, you see the speed on tape; it shows up. But what I also love about this play is if you'll notice he uses late hands. So the defensive back, if we watch it again or rewind it, he's able to get the speed. He's able to get that kind of separation immediately from his release, right? Then the throw is well, not kind of, it is uh, a little bit behind, and that allows the defensive back to get hip to hip with him eventually. And what I like that he does is he doesn't extend his arms out. You see a lot of receivers want to extend their arms out. He uses what we call late hands. That way, in this kind of technique, the defensive back is going to be playing your eyes, not in this scenario, right? Because he's behind, or they'll just be playing through the hands because they know the hands is a timing and an indicator of where the ball is going to be. So late hands, and he is able to score. You become an elite wide receiver, and you can make it every day on Sundays in the NFL when you can make your routes and your releases look the same from the line of scrimmage and from the start and eventually to the end. So if we know you noticed in that previous clip where he scored the touchdown, he used late hands. It was like a hesitation, 1-2 or crossover release, right? And he went vertical. This time he uses it and he's able to break inside. So hesitation, cross. I love how he steps out of his frame and the defensive back's frame because that's going to get them to move off their platform, jump, and watch as he does it. Jump, I mean, completely turns him around. And look at the separation he gets. Another example of what I'm talking about when I say pairing his releases. Remember that Travis Hunter play that he was able to score on? Very similar release in terms of his front foot. Uh, and yeah, he runs a go route, and we also get to see his hands on display. So he gets the separation he needs to. He stacks the defensive back, and he always does that, which is very good to see. Then the throw is behind. He's able to readjust. I love his transition with one foot. He's been able to readjust to the ball, position himself where he needs to be. And I like how he jumps in this scenario because I always love wide receivers that have that ball first mentality and they attack the football at its highest point. That's what you need to do. Is what he does, secures it, all textbook right there. Every year it feels like there's a wide receiver that participates in the Senior Bowl that just performs really well. I mean, they have all the technique and traits that you look for. Starting off in 2023 with Tank Dell, then the following year, which was just last year with McConkey, and now I think we can see a very similar thing with Kyle Williams right here. So there he is to the top of the screen. I love how he threatens the defensive back's leverage. So it's inside leverage here. Watch him just threaten their frame, threaten their leverage, threatens the frame, threatens their leverage, able to get over the top. And so he's a vertical wide receiver, right? He runs a lot of go routes and routes that are deep. So I like how he presses forward. He never really indicates that he's going to stop it. Eventually, this is a hitch route or a stop route, however you want to call it. But he just has no, it's just so sudden. Look at him get into that sitting chair position. He makes that break at the 48-yard line of the opponent. And look at where he finishes at the 47. Separation. Again, he gets like he reminds me a lot of Tank Dell and McConkey. What I love here is the after his release is the dip because he's right, he's got a smaller frame, he's kind of a smaller size wide receiver, like in the frame of McConkey, Tank Dell. So how are they gonna react physically? And are they able to dip when a cornerback is going to extend their arms out to jam him? Can they dip that shoulder? He does it perfectly here. So there he is. He's going to be running a corner route to the inside. So he has the leverage, but you don't really want to just if they give you the leverage, you don't just want to say, okay, I'm going to take this leverage because then they can get their hands on you and just drive you upfield. And on a corner route, we don't want to be driven upfield, right? We want to get to our destination and landmark. But watch the dip here. Watch. Corner is going to extend. He does a good job of just like, a running back. There coaches tell running backs when you're going to the gap, you have to get skinny. Dips, dodges, completely dodges their jam right here. Look at how open he's able to get. I can't emphasize enough just how much I love his footwork on his releases. He's just got that short area quickness, that great change of direction. So here he is, right? Typical wide receiver stance. You will see some receivers right here or their back leg, and they'll use it as what they call as a bicycle kick or a bicycle step. So watch him right here, or a kick step. So as I play it, you see that quick, right? You see with his back foot, he was able to get like it was a real quick motion, right? Well, he's going to use that as power and force to insert on the ground on this slant route, and it just gets him so much separation. Look at the separation there, using the hand to swat it. Usually he doesn't have to because he just gets such good separation. And then he stays hip to hip. Like if he were to just drift right in this scenario, it's a Senior Bowl. It's just one-on-one practice reps. There's no linebackers, defensive edges, or defensive tackles dropping. No safeties occupying the middle of the field. But he stays hip to hip to it. And then again, he's just a separator. Another thing he's really good at is you can give him the ball behind the line of scrimmage and he's able to make plays happen. So whether that's screens, end arounds, he's very ball in his hands, as shown here. and shown here because I mean this one's probably my favorite one because he's just able to erase angles in just like an instant. The clock has struck triple zeros on the Kyle Williams film breakdown portion of this video. Now getting into the player summary. Kyle Williams, drafted by the New England Patriots. The combination of him, Stephon Diggs, to pair with Drake May is going to be special. I really like what the Patriots have done this year in the offseason and what they added for Drake May. And speaking on Kyle Williams specifically, he's just such a great separator. He reminds me a lot of Tank Dell, Lad McConkey, just those receivers that from the Senior Bowl had terrific showings. They're all route runners. They can win with their releases. They win on a variety and combination of routes. He could be that next Tank Dell, uh, Lad McConkey in that atmosphere or that stratosphere. Just with the talent he has, he's got very good hands. You can use him yards after catch wise. He's got very good speed. His footwork on his releases is excellent. To pair him and Drake May up is just like the perfect match made in heaven. That's what Drake May has needed, and I think he or the both of them, Drake May and Kyle Williams, can take their games to the next level.